My name is Scott Anderson, and this is Tough Jobs. I am out here at the Department of Public Works today, speaking with the Training Division Manager, Scotty Hall. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, Scott. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to be out here and see what you guys have in store for us today. As I understand it, we're going to be looking at a couple different jobs. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about that?
When we're out of here, we're going to go out. We're going to go off of South Simla Highway, and I've got one of my youngsters out of my program, and he's working on some bigger projects right there. There's going to be a reclaimer, which is a big rototiller, basically. We're going to get him on a roller, possibly even a road grader, and you can get to see him in his own environment and what that crew does.
Great. So talk to me a little bit about these two individuals. We're going to be shadowing them today. Where did they come from? How did you find these guys?
They actually applied just before they graduated high school. Graduated high school, had 1 week, and then came here and started working like a grown-up. And they have been here. There are actually one's on a crew and one's about to go on a crew full-time.
The show is called Tough Jobs. In your opinion, what is tough about these jobs that these kids do?
The toughest part is, as a kid, you're learning to fit into a crew. You're with a bunch of adults, so we're trying to groom them to be ready for that.
Yeah.
Then they're on machines they've never seen before. They may have driven down the road and seen a backhoe or any of these. They move through these crews and they learn what goes on in the crew, the people, and the machines themselves, and be as safe as possible.
All right, well, it all sounds great. I'm ready to go. Let's go see what these guys have in store for us. So talk to me a little bit about this first site we're going to. What are we going to see?
Well, we're heading out there, and it's called the Bowmag. It's a reclaimer crew, but they use a monster machine, the Bowmag, which is basically a huge rototiller. That whole moving operation will consist of, there'll be a chemical truck in front that is hooked to that Bowmag, which is injecting that into the ground as the Bowmag rips it up. He rips it up. Then coming behind him, you're going to have grader operators that are starting to shape it up, and then there'll be 2 to 3 rollers behind them, and they're shaping that entire road as they go. But it is head on a swivel. It's a huge moving operation that you'll see when we get there.
All right, so I'm out here just outside of Simla, Colorado. Very excited to be here on a work site. I'm with Angel. Angel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing really good, thank you. How about you start by telling me what this project is and your role in it?
So I'm with the reclaimer crew today. I'm using the roller to roll out and smooth out the dirt.
Awesome. So how long have you been on a reclaimer crew? Is this your first time out, or have you been doing it for a little while?
So when I started Scotty's high school program, every time we had like spring break or winter break, he would have us come out with reclaimer crew or even other crews like drainage and stuff.
When I do my rotations and I send new people into them, these guys are great about finding their place, making sure they're safe, and they learn part of that dance for the 2 weeks they're there.
What's been your best experience so far, and which crew have you liked being a part of the most?
I like drainage a lot. They just work with more heavy equipment, backhoes, skid steers, stuff like that. It's more equipment involved.
So I gotta ask, is this thing tough to maneuver?
Yeah, would you like to give it a go?
Yeah, I think so. Let's give it a shot.
Safety first, big boy. Put this on or no nada.
All right, all right.
Right. So this is going to be a breakdown here.
Okay.
Lightly, you want to slow down, all the way down, you want to brake.
Okay.
This is your joystick. Take it off the brake. Forward
Okay.
is drive. This is your speed. Turn it all the way up. It moves RPMs. We'll keep it low for now.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
This is the steering wheel. You steer it. Pretty simple. Alright.
Ready?
Ready?
All right. Feel free to hit the brakes if you need to.
So this one, you're going to swing a bit wider.
Swing it wider. Okay. There we go.
Full speed right here.
Okay. Didn't know you were taking your life into your own hands for this, did you?
you've got those rollers crisscrossing each other. You usually have 2 of those road graders that are working in tandem with each other. You've got 2 of those chem trucks that are, one is either always attached to that machine and the other one in waiting so they can rotate out. You've got signs to move. You've got your ground guys setting the zone up. It's a huge moving operation that can be super dangerous if they don't know their place in it.
All right, Angel, well, thanks for taking the time. Let me come join you today. I really appreciate it. It was pretty fun to drive, but I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna stick to my sedan. So I'll let you get back in front of the wheel.
Well, you're living proof anybody can do this, but a great trainer is what it takes right there. Let's get on to the next one if you had fun with this one.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we're headed to the second job site now. What are we gonna expect on the second one?
We're heading out to a big drainage job. They're ripping up somewhere around 30 to 40 foot of pipe, and they're gonna come in and replace it. While they're not a mobile unit, there's a whole lot of moving parts for what you're about to see.
I mean, the way you describe it is sort of like a dance with these heavy objects, right?
Yep.
Everyone has to know their specific space.
They do.
And where they need to be at any given time.
And every one of them has got to watch the process and be sure it doesn't get skipped. You don't want to have 40 feet of pipe in the ground and someone didn't speak up with a lump in the middle of it.
Right,
You know?
right. All right, so now we're out here in Falcon. We got a different project that's going on behind us. And here I've got Gabriel with me. Gabriel, nice to see you today. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. So talk to me a little bit about what's going on here behind us today.
So, well, before this, there was a pipe in the ground. It's a concrete pipe, so they had to dig it out. In like about 2 years, it would have shown over the road, so I had to dig it out to replace it.
Okay.
So right now, they're digging out the little trench, getting it all even, so the water flows how it's supposed to flow on it.
Okay.
So once it's even and they dig out that other side, we'll start putting in the pipes.
How important is it to have good communication when you're on the job site?
It's probably the most important thing. You know, safety is always come first. So we want to make sure we have an understanding of who's talking to who and who's directing who. Like right now, when they're picking up them concrete pipes,
Yeah.
like if they swing out and hit somebody or create property damage or cars going by, it could be dangerous.
How frequently do people work together, and does that help with sort of that, I guess, that dance that they do
It does.
with maneuvering those big vehicles?
It does. Most of the time when you're placed on a crew, that crew is specific to what they're doing, and that's what keeps it gelled. They've been with each other, they all know where each other's moving around. At times when it gets super busy, then they may have to bring a couple of crews, like the drainage crews may come together as one, depending on how big the job is that they're doing. But the key is that everybody is watching out and helping everybody more safe as possible.
Talk to me about what some other jobs you might be doing are, aside from just this one.
So we'll do ditching, which is when we get that gradle and we go to the sides of the roads and there'll already be the pipes installed and we just got to clean up the dirt or the sand that's in between them. We'll go out to guardrails like on the roads and see what condition they're in and fix them and replace whatever they need to be replaced as needed. We'll go out when it's snowing up in Monument, Falcon, Black Forest, down south like Widefield area. Each plow shift is around 12 hours.
All right, well, thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate you taking the time. Looks like you got to get back to the site, so let's go take a look.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. So we just got done at the second job site there. It was really cool seeing the two different, like very different types of jobs that these crews are working on. Talk to me a little bit about just what that experience is like for these kids and how they're going to be able to use that going forward in their career.
Well, I think if you look at these kids in particular, this is something they've never been around, especially big machines like that. And I will tell you, some guys on those crews can be a little hard on them. There's an expectation, and you don't get to be a kid forever.
Right. But you can't always lose it either.
That's right.
I mean, just look at you.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of really cool things today with the kids out at the sites and all the awesome vehicles that they have out there that they're working on. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit more before we close out here. The program that they were a part of, it's the Connects program,
It is.
right? Tell me about that Connects program and how people can get involved with it.
So through the Connects program, I try to go to the schools, and we're spreading a lot right now. Not every school has us in it yet, but if you look up the Connects program, you can either get a hold of me here at DPW, through your school for Connects, have the school reach out to me and I'll give a presentation, but I will help you get in this program any way I can.
And what are some of the things that the kids can expect to get out of that Connects program, even if they don't necessarily want to have a job in construction?
You know what, that's a great question. When you come here, it's not just putting you in a machine or an engineering department. You learn to deal with adults. You learn to look someone in the eye. You learn to talk a little bit. Yeah, it's easy for me to look you in the eye, but you learn to talk to me a little bit. Once you leave here, get in my program, you're gonna become an adult wherever you wanna go work.
Awesome. And so what's the best way for people to get in contact with you if that's something that they want to do?
If they do, the easiest way is through the DPW front office. They can call me and they know how to get a hold of me. They'll get my contact information.
Very good. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. Be sure to keep an eye on El Paso County's YouTube channel for the next episode of Tough Jobs.